Have you ever wondered why politicians often seem so concerned about their image of cleanliness? This question may sound peculiar, but its answer is rooted in a fundamental principle of power. It's the idea of keeping your hands clean, a metaphorical expression that suggests maintaining an image of purity, innocence, and trustworthiness. Let's consider this concept in a broader sense. Purity, in its most basic form, is often associated with cleanliness. It's an attribute that signifies virtue and integrity. When we say someone has clean hands, we're suggesting they are untainted by immoral activities or dubious dealings. Now let's shift our focus to figures in power. Think about politicians, business leaders, celebrities. What's common among them? They are often seen engaging in charity work, promoting environmental sustainability, or advocating for social causes. These aren't just random activities. They are strategic efforts to project an image of purity, to demonstrate that they are not just about power and wealth, but also about giving back to society, about making a positive impact. But why? Why do they need to appear pure? It's simple. Purity breeds trust. When people perceive these figures as pure, they are more likely to trust them. And trust, as we all know, is a cornerstone of influence and power. Even in our daily lives, we subconsciously value purity. We're drawn towards those friends who seem genuine. We respect those colleagues who show integrity, and we trust those leaders who demonstrate ethical conduct. That's the power of purity. It's not just about being clean in a literal sense, but about being clean in our actions, in our intentions, and in our public image. And so, we come to understand that keeping your hands clean is not merely about personal hygiene. It's a strategy, a tool of power, a way to command trust and respect. This is the essence of the 26th law from the book, The 48 Laws of Power. Keep your hands clean. To understand this better, consider the story of a king from the medieval times. King Aldrich, a beloved monarch, ruled over a prosperous kingdom. His subjects held him in high regard, enamored by his charisma, his eloquent speeches, and his seemingly unblemished morality. But behind the castle walls, King Aldrich was a different man. He was involved in deceitful activities, scheming with enemies, exploiting the kingdom's wealth, and betraying the trust of his loyal subjects. Yet, none of these actions ever came to light. How, you may ask? Well, King Aldrich was a master manipulator, an expert in maintaining his clean image. He meticulously crafted an image of purity and integrity. He was a patron of the arts, a benefactor to the poor, and a ruler who seemingly valued justice above all. His subjects saw a king who was untainted, a symbol of righteousness. They were unaware of the clandestine operations that occurred deep within the castle. Behind closed doors, King Aldrich conspired with foreign enemies, planning to sell valuable resources for personal gain. He manipulated the kingdom's treasury, amassing wealth while his people unknowingly paid the price. Yet his subjects remained oblivious, their admiration for their king undeterred. To maintain this facade, King Aldrich employed clever tactics. He scapegoated his advisors for unpopular decisions, ensuring the blame was deflected from him. He orchestrated public acts of generosity, further bolstering his image of benevolence. He was, after all, a master in the art of deception. But, as with all secrets, the truth threatened to surface. Rumors began to circulate. Whispers of the king's deceit reached the ears of his subjects. However, their love for their king, their belief in his purity, shielded him from suspicion. They dismissed the rumors, defended their king, and his image remained untarnished. In the end, it was his clean image that saved him from the wrath of his subjects. Despite his deceitful actions, King Aldrich's carefully constructed facade of purity ensured his reign was unchallenged, his power unquestioned. A clear demonstration of the power of keeping your hands clean, at least in the public eye. So how does this law apply to us in the modern world? Well, the 26th law, keep your hands clean, is as relevant today as it ever was. Let's take a look at the world of politics. Politicians who are able to maintain a clean image are often more successful. They are less likely to be the target of scandal and more likely to gain the trust and support of their constituents. But remember, it's not just about being clean, it's about appearing clean. Perception is reality, after all. Now let's consider the business world. In this fast-paced, cutthroat environment, a clean image can make or break a company. Businesses that are seen as ethical and responsible are more likely to attract customers, investors, and top talent. A company that is mired in scandal, on the other hand, can quickly lose its standing in the market. But it's not just about large-scale examples. This law applies to our personal relationships as well. If we're seen as trustworthy and honest, we're more likely to build strong, meaningful connections with others. This doesn't mean we have to be perfect, but it does mean we should strive to be as honest and transparent as possible. So, whether it's in politics, business, or our personal lives, maintaining a clean image has significant advantages. It's not in the act of cleanliness itself, but in the perception of cleanliness. Because when it comes to power, perception is everything. And this is where the power of keeping our hands clean truly lies. It's something we should protect and cultivate, not just for our own sake, but for the sake of those around us. Now that we understand the law, what are its implications? This question is essential as it brings us face to face with the moral and ethical considerations of the 26th law. This law, like all others, is a double-edged sword. On one side, it can be a powerful strategy for survival in a world rife with power struggles. It allows one to maintain an image of purity, innocence, and trustworthiness, while still accomplishing their objectives. In this sense, the law serves as a protective shield, deflecting blame and suspicion away from oneself and onto others. However, on the other side of the same blade lies the potential for misuse and manipulation. It can be used to scapegoat others, to shift blame unjustly, or to engage in unethical actions while maintaining a facade of innocence. This is where the law can become dangerous, not just for those on the receiving end of its application, but also for the one wielding it. So, how should one navigate this? The answer lies in the realm of responsibility. It's crucial to remember that power is not inherently evil. It is neither good nor bad, it is neutral. The morality of power lies in its use in the hands of the wielder. This law, then, is not an invitation to deceive and manipulate. It is a call to be strategic, to be aware of the political landscape around us and to protect ourselves from undue blame and suspicion. But it also comes with a warning. Do not misuse this power. Do not use it to harm or deceive others unjustly. In essence, it is a call to use power wisely and ethically. It is a reminder that with great power comes great responsibility. We must always strive to use power for the betterment of ourselves and others, and not as a tool for selfish gain or unjust harm. Remember, power is a tool, and like any tool, its use depends on the wielder. So wield it wisely, ethically, and responsibly. And in doing so, not only will you keep your hands clean, but you will also ensure a more just and equitable world. So how can we apply this law in our daily lives, you might wonder? Well, let's dive into it. To begin with, it's about maintaining a clean image. This doesn't mean you need to be a saint, but rather, you should strive to appear as one. It's about perception. Be seen doing good, be known for your kindness, and let your reputation precede you. This is not about deceiving others, but about presenting the best version of yourself to the world. In the realm of self-improvement, this law pushes us to take responsibility for our actions. It encourages us to be mindful of our decisions, to think before we act, and to consider the potential consequences. It's about being proactive rather than reactive, about being the master of your fate, not a victim of circumstances. When it comes to navigating social and professional situations, understanding this law can be a game changer. If you're seen as someone who keeps their hands clean, people are more likely to trust you, to confide in you, to seek your counsel. You'll find doors opening, opportunities presenting themselves, and relationships strengthening. But remember, this law is not an excuse to shirk responsibility or avoid getting your hands dirty when the situation calls for it. It's about choosing your battles wisely, about knowing when to step in and when to step back. It's about being strategic, about playing the game without losing your soul. And finally, it's about peace of mind. Keeping your hands clean is not just for the world to see. It's also for you. It's about being able to look at yourself in the mirror and being proud of the person looking back. It's about sleeping soundly at night, knowing that your conscience is clear. So, if you found this video helpful, please like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more insights into the laws of power. Let's continue this journey together towards self-improvement and a better understanding of the world around us.